Three-tone. This is a fire, what do you call this? Flame top. See how my brain works? My flame top, and what came out was fire. So, it's going to be a three-tone. I'll get yellowed. I'll put that on first. See, it's already been grain filled on the back here, because this is ash, right? Roasted ash. Ooh. And then it's got this top. I'm going to do things that piss people off. First, I'm going to rub my hands all over it. And then I'm going to not wear gloves. Oh, no, not that. And then I'm going to put... Okay, so back to it. Grain-filled, undercoated, sanded. Okay, there. So, should I be nice today? Or should I allow the snark monster to come out? Okay, yellow shade. See that? It's just transparent yellow. You could call it yellow candy. There. Okay, easy peasy, right? Now, let me get, should I put some lacquer on it? I think I will. Because it doesn't have a ton of undercoat, because that's not what they wanted on this one. I can see little, you know, the grain has, what do you call it? What's the word? Not indentations, but it's not flat, is what I'm trying to say, but it's not working. So, when you go do a burst on something that's not flat, little parts of the paint might sit in these dark areas or these low spots and look funny. I don't know why I said any of that. It came out confusing. Please ignore all of that. Okay. So, this is dark Salem. See what it looks like? It's not black. Now, I like to paint the sides first, but that's not a necessity. Why my word function part of my brain ain't working today, is it? Can't even make a sentence. Well, maybe if you wore gloves and the lacquer wasn't soaking in, you'd have a brain, huh? Okay, look. So I do it like this because it keeps cleaner the surfaces. Oh, great. See, my gun just spitted it right there. You can't see it, but it's there. I'll show you, and then I'll have to let it dry because that lacquer I just put on there is still wet. See it? See the spitted? Good thing I put lacquer on there. Now I can sand that off, and I won't mess up the yellow. Or maybe I will. I'll show you once it gets a little drier how that's all going to show. Okay, it's been maybe 5 minutes or less than 10 minutes. I painted that Fiesta red one over there. I just did that. Okay, so now I'll go back to this. And there's a couple ways I can approach this, but before I do that, what I want to tell you is the mistake I made was some people will say, you don't keep your guns clean enough, and that's why. Okay, maybe. But see, my needle isn't seating fast in here because this little piece is too tight, and so when I pull the trigger back, it doesn't snap back in place, like right here, and it drips, and then you get a little bit of paint boogers right here. So when you pull the trigger, it shoots out like that. So the lesson is this: whenever you're about to pull the trigger, don't aim it at the thing you're gonna paint. Aim it over here, and that's something you can do very subtly. Nobody even detects it. Normally I do that. Today I messed that up. Okay, there's that. Lesson number 405. So now, look it. We know the burst is going to go here, so it's probably going to cover a lot of those specks, right? So I really only have a few little specks here and here. Could I dig them out with a razor blade? Yes, I could possibly do that. And the other thing is, this is going to be a relic. And you know, this is all in the armware area, so they'll probably chew all the paint off right here. But like I've said before, it's not my job to determine such things. I just need to produce a good paint job. If the order calls for things like this, they will do that. Let me try first sanding these little specks and just see how easy that goes. And they're not falling right off. Let's start with that. Okay, yeah, I could do it, but I'm like, this might take me too long. So let me try flicking them off with my razor blade. I'm pretty good at that. Oh yeah, this is working. Okay, so do you even care about this? I wouldn't if I were you. But let's just start with this speck right here. Can you see it? Very, very lightly work it out. You just barely, you don't try to get it in 1 or 2 scratches. You just try to get it in 4 or 5 or 6. You just know the tip of that razor blade is scratching that paint off. But you don't try to do it in 1 try. You try to do it in like 25 little micro tries. So that's what I'm doing, okay? And I'll keep doing that, and you can keep eating your Cheerios, and then when I get ready to paint, I'll let you know, okay? What do you want to talk about while I do this? People that drive slow in the fast lane? Anybody have thoughts on that? Okay. So I always thought they should have some kind of a social media platform that was for driving. And so you had a profile, and it was maybe on your license plate or on a bumper sticker, and then people could get on there and tell you how much you suck. But, you know, I don't think nobody would want to read that. Hey, let me log in and see how many people hate me today. But what if there was good things? Okay, it's not a full fleshed out idea. Okay, don't pull the trigger now. Pull the trigger now. See? Okay, there. So now I'm going here. Pull the trigger. Finish my burst. Or finish the sides, I mean. Too much air. I don't know what happened. I gotta move. So now I got my fan very small, not just like a beam, but it's very small. And I'm being very intentional about where I'm putting this paint. Now I'll do this side. Pull the trigger now, not now. Okay, see? And the trigger isn't pulled all the way. It's just a little bit. Gun control. Well, I didn't mean gun control, but you know what I meant, right? Trigger control. Does that make more sense? I don't want to get into any kind of debate. I'm trying to paint some. There we go. Now let's go here. Okay, got that side covered. Now I'll do in here again. Now I'll do the bottom of it like this. Same way. I should probably fast motion all this because it's so boring. Okay, there. Now, turn your fan all the way down, and when you do that, it makes more air pressure, so you gotta turn the air down. You don't gotta, I'm just saying preferences. That's how I like it. Now, because this is going over a flame top, you don't want to make too wide of a burst covering this wonderful flame, right? So maybe it's like, that's almost there. Normally you would use like a finger, like this. Some people's fingers are bigger than others, but you get the rough idea. So if you're going to do that, you want the burst on the back side to be the same width, right? So I'll start on the back, and that's a good idea to do if you're you know, just trying to train yourself how to do this stuff. Start on the back where it's a little less visible if things don't come out just right. Okay, there we go. I'm going to go, that's just a It's about a finger's burst. Okay, now oh, I see a paint speck. I gotta get out. I don't know how I come way up here. Probably gonna be covered by the jack thing, but okay. Pull the trigger, now move. Okay. See, the reason I'm going slower than you might see sometimes is because I'm trying to make a small burst. And a lot of my paint is shooting off the edge of the guitar. And I'm just using, I've tried to explain this before, but you know how I suck at explaining things. If this is my beam, you know, of my paint, I'm shooting like here, right? Right there. And so the little, you know what I mean, right? Can you see here? I don't know. That's the middle. That's shooting off. This is the part that's making the burst. Okay, calm down, calm down. Okay, that's good. Now, let's put some red on there. But before we do that, I'll get my red gun. Here it goes. Oh. Yeah, I was doing something else. Turn it down. Turn it down. Okay, get it ready. Tack, rag it with this tack. I've had this since March 4th. No, not really. I'm due for a new one, but this will still work, you know? Because you can feel it. I can feel the gunk, if there is any, through the tack rag. I can feel it. I went through gunk training. Okay. There we go. Now, red, 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 red. There we go. Same thing. Now, I'm aiming. Does anybody care? I always say this. You guys know where I'm aiming. I'm aiming right in the middle of the black. So that way the edge of my paint burst, or the fan, which is no fan, it's just on beam, but the side of it is the thing that's making the red. Oh, I think it looks cool like this, because it's not just a blast of red on there. It's sort of like a soft, fadey thing, like a sunburst. Oh, imagine that. Ooh, there it is. A three-tone sunburst. You want to clear it? No, I'm not going to clear it. Oh, I forgot to red the black, or the back. See how my brain's not functioning? I'm trying to say. Okay, now because the back is a darker wood, I'm a little more deliberate with the red on the back. Because, well, I just said why. So I'm a little closer, a little more intentionally, and making it stronger red, so it stands out. See? Okay. Let's have a nice thing, can't we? You know, people seem to be confused by tack rags. This is a tack rag, and it says here, tack cloth. You see that? Let me focus. Chiffon de fibrillibile, whatever that says. Pano and gangamango. That's what it is, okay? I hope that helps.